evening and welcome to the evening news for today, Tuesday, July 25, 2023. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. Now let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. 30 persons affected as fire rips through Covent Garden houses. 1 year after a law passed, government working to set up Hemp Authority Board. Demerara Harbour Bridge closure, 24-hour water taxis run smoothly. Repairs might be completed before deadline. BERBICE NDC contractors clash over removal of sand for projects, and appeal court upholds decision to overturn appointments of parliamentary secretaries. Now for the news in detail. Some 30 persons are now displaced after a fire suspected to be electrical in origin destroyed 2 houses and caused damage to a third structure at Covent Garden, East Bank, Demerara. In our lead story tonight, Lawanda McAllister reports that it was only yesterday that a team from the Guyana Power and Light Incorporated had gone to address an electrical issue that was affecting one of the houses.
The fire erupted at 30 hours on Tuesday. The houses located at Lot 99 and Lot 100 were completely gutted, while another structure is partially damaged from the blaze. The blaze started at Lot 99, where a 2-story house was occupied by a family of 9. According to a relative of the household who resides elsewhere, the family had called the Guyana Power and Light to address a problem with the fuse box the day before the fire.
I was home. I heard somebody saying our house is burning at front here, but I didn't take it for nothing, right? But my friend came and hollered for me and told me my mother's house is burning down. So when I came, the place was already flat. It was burning. The next door was burning. My sister was squealing, and I just was making sure they were safe. So yesterday, she would have seen yesterday that it had a little problem with the fuse box, that GPL came to do work on the box, and they were only like 15 to 2 minutes here. They asked her to take off the main switch, so they take it off. She said that same main switch, that is what caused the fire, how it went off, and the only thing she could have done when the fire started, she could have picked her kids and leave the house. She couldn't save anything. And we had a lot of valuables in there, my brother's stuff, my son, my mother, my sister, nephew, niece. All the valuable destroyed, nothing been saved.
Lot 100 housed 4 individuals and Lot 98 was home to 17 residents. While the fire only partially damaged the structure at Lot 98, extensive water damage has rendered it uninhabitable. The evening news spoke to the owner of Lot 100, Richard Ramlochan, who said he is distraught by his losses.
Just get a call because I live in Covent. I get a call that the house on fire, and here I come down and see what is it. The building alone is like about $10 million worth. Besides that, the person that living inside, he carry a great loss too with all his stuff damaged.
And how do you feel, losing your property in the fire?
Well, I really feel sad because this is a gift for my parents.
Meanwhile, a car was also destroyed at Lot 99. An investigation into the cause of the fire is being conducted by the Guyana Fire Service. Reporting for the evening news, Lawanda McAllister.
Almost 1 year after the government passed legislation to drive and regulate the hemp industry in the country, works are ongoing to set up a regulatory authority to properly govern the sector. Here is Gerald Bryan with the details.
Work is continuing on the creation of an industrial hemp regulatory authority that will oversee Guyana's hemp industry. In an interview with this newscast on Tuesday, Minister of Agriculture Zulfikar Mustafa confirmed that he is in receipt of nominees from state agencies for the Hemp Authority Board. The list of nominees who will serve as representatives on the board, according to the minister, will be presented to Cabinet.
Representative from Health, Home Affairs, the forensic laboratory and so I wrote them. I now get the recommended portion. I have to put those names together and take it to Cabinet. In the meantime, I've put out an advertisement for the position of CEO for the board. I received a number of those applications. I will shortlist shortly when I get back to Guyana.
Meanwhile, Minister Mustafa revealed that there are already farmers waiting to cultivate hemp. In the almost 1 year since the passage of the Industrial Hemp Bill 2022, they have formed themselves into associations. According to the minister, government has big plans for this sector.
There are a number of persons who would have formed association, but we have to wait until the regulatory authority comes into being, because that's the body that will be responsible for the license. Two regions have already been identified for the upper quarantine, and Region 6 and Region 10. But you know, the Vice President would have talked that you look at Kelden to take some land there and give small holding farmers to do that make up hemp cultivation. Those are things in the pipeline.
Hemp is a multi-billion-dollar industry which can lend to the production of hundreds of items. According to the bill that was passed last year, cultivators will be regulated and have to acquire licenses to operate in the sector. Jarrell Bryan, The Evening News.
We are now joined by our BERBICE correspondent, Andrew Carmichael, with this report on the temporary blockage of the Quarantine Highway in Region 6 this morning as contractors protested a decision to stop them from removing sand from number 58 Village for developmental works at Palmyra. Here are the details.
About 2 months ago, contractors started removing sand from an area adjacent to the newly built $1 billion farm to market road at number 58 Village Quarantine. The sand was reportedly being extracted from very close to the road shoulders, raising concerns among stakeholders. This prompted the intervention of the number 5263 Neighborhood Democratic Council. The NDC reportedly instructed the contractors not to remove sand within 30 feet of the road shoulders. The NDC had also expressed concerns over damage being done to the road as a result of the weight of the lorries traversing. Extraction was temporarily stopped about 3 weeks ago, but eventually the removal of sand resumed. This all changed on Monday.
Yesterday again they come in, they stop me. When we come in, they say the road is short. Right? So that we have a meeting this morning at the NDC. We went 8 o'clock at the NDC, there was no one. We wait till 9:30, no one turn up. Come on the site here, they were at the site. So some engineer going to check the road whatsoever. Now there's a different story with geology and mines and people private property, and I don't know what they call it to stop the whole process. We can't stand anymore.
According to the contractor, Anirudh Ramcharatar, he purchased the land adjacent to the road and therefore has the right to remove the sand there. The contractor said he's only removing between 3 to 7 feet of the top layer of sand. However, activist Govind Harbajan believes that contractors can source sand from other locations.
This road here was for take out produce and paddy. The weight these sands is going about 40 ton plus. This will break away pretty soon. Some of them contractors is very upset because they have government contract, government is doing a lot of infrastructure, but at the end of the day, there are other places you can have sand. You know, you got Alnis, you got Bushlat, all you have to do go down at the back, but everybody looking for easy access because of the all-weather road.
Sections of the road have begun to crack. Ramcharatar says he had made arrangements with the NDC to repair the road once they had completed extracting the sand.
It's all about a month, close to 2 months now.
What about the tonnage of the trucks?
Truck is like 20 to 20 tons.
Chairman of the number 5263 NDC, Hemraj Gancham, says they are concerned over the damage being caused to the road. He said he asked the contractors who are extracting sand on more than one occasion to visit the NDC so that proper arrangements can be put in place. The contractors have to get permission from the Guyana Geology and Mines as well as the Environmental Protection Agency and will be required to pay royalty to the GGMC on the sands extracted if permission is granted. The NDC also has the authority to request a royalty, which is currently not being paid.
This has been the third time I'm asking these truck drivers to seek their relevant permission from the NDC before they come and to do their digging and using our infrastructure, our road, to go to the NDC so we can advise them. None of these contracts did not come until today to the NDC. I asked them on many occasions to come in, let's have a discussion on the way forward, because my knowledge is that whenever anyone come into an NDC area using our road, doing digging, extraction, whatever the case, they must report to the NDC.
Meanwhile, in protests, one of the contractors took his lorries to the Quarantine Highway and blocked traffic. The police were called in and eventually were able to clear the road. Unprecedented road development is currently taking place in Region 6. The demand for sand, reef sand, is great. We've never before seen this happening. And this does not take into consideration the fact that the Quarantine Highway, more than 50 miles, will soon be expanded and resurfaced. So even more sand will be needed. Where will the sand come from? Already there's a shortage of reef sand. This newscast noticed that there was sand coming from one business person who's getting sand from the Quarantine River. Yes, the river itself, where there are low banks. He had a pontoon and an excavator, and he was taking sand from there. If they are to do that, it would significantly impact the cost for road construction, but the environmental consequences of using sand from the river will be minimal. From number 58 Village on the Quarantine, for the Evening News, Andrew Carmichael.
Rupasina Ryan joins us now to report that it was smooth sailing for commuters traversing the Demerara River today, as a 24-hour water taxi mechanism and a well-oiled system prevented any hubbub in transportation. The Demerara Harbour Bridge was officially closed for span replacement works, and there is a possibility it would be completed even before the Thursday deadline. Here's more.
The 3-day closure is to facilitate the replacement of retractor span 9. Public Works Minister Juan Echil was on Tuesday accompanied by MARA Director General Stephen Thomas as an inspection was carried out at all facilities which were activated for crossings. There were 78 boats plying across the 3 routes along the river: Wales to Grove, the Demerara Harbour Bridge, and the permanent Friedenhoop to Stabroek Market.
We have the capacity right now to move between 5,000 and 7,000 persons per hour across, whether it's from east to west or west to east, because one of the boats carry about 30 to 32 passengers on average, and it takes just about 10 minutes for a crossing. So if you do the math, so there is no need for panic. Nobody will have any long waits. There is no unnecessary build-up of traffic. We have been on this since 5:30 this morning, ensuring that we have everything.
After a prompt closure at midnight on Monday to commence the replacement works, authorities utilized the tide to their advantage in getting ahead of the scheduled works. Minister Echil has hinted that all the works might be finished ahead of deadline.
We had a visit to the bridge where we checked on the works that are going there. That's quite satisfactory. So I think everybody should be in anticipation and putting our good thoughts out. We may be able to open ahead of time, but definitely the weekend the bridge will be operational. Definitely this weekend the bridge will be operational. We've had favorable tide this morning in terms of the calmness of the water. As a matter of fact, the contractor as well as the general manager of the Harbour Bridge took advantage of that favorable tide and did some works that were scheduled for 6 o'clock. They did it since about 4:30 this morning. So that has given us an advantage because that has worked well.
The Maritime Administration has employed an additional 30 monitors to temporarily deal with the increased foot traffic. On the ground, the Ghana Police Force has also lent support with adequate presence. From reports, there were no incidents or robberies. Rupasina Ryan, The Evening News.
Coming up, Guyana among 19 countries to join Global Biofuels Alliance, and U.S. Southcom Commander returns to Guyana as nation hosts Tradewinds exercise. Do stay with us. More news ahead.
Turbo Energy Drink rolling out the Turbo Hot Summer Wheels promotion. Win a brand new 2023 Honda HR-V plus over $3 million in weekly cash and prizes. Just grab any bottle of Turbo Energy Drink, Buster or Classic, and locate the 8-digit code on the bottle. Then visit Turbo IG and Facebook at Turbo_Caribbean for more details. Conditions apply.
At Gaffurs, we have the locks to keep your home and family safe from intruders. Get security with Toledo and Dura door locks, made in the USA and Canada. They fit most doors 1 3/8 to 1 3/4 inch thick, with a 2 3/8 to 2 3/4 inch back set. Gaffurs also has the popular Gale brand, with competitive prices in various styles and finishes. You can also get weatherproof padlocks by Yale and Toledo in sizes 30mm to 70mm. So get top brand, durable and affordable locks to keep you safe day and night from Gaffur's MacDoom Mega Complex and outlets at Parika, Neves, Land of Canaan, Bedawawacting, Rose Hall, Kanji and Diamond. Gaffur's, the name you can.
Knock out. The Oreos belong to us.
No, they belong to whoever finds them first.
Get your Oreo Transformers Limited Edition and awaken the beast.
Optic offers great patient care that is tailored for my entire family.
At Optic, a wide selection of affordable optical frames and optical services are available to fit your budget.
At Optic, my family is provided with comprehensive eye examination and access to the ophthalmology services, all under one roof.
Optic takes pride in delivering exceptional customer service and a unique experience to you, our customers.
Optic Vision Care is a company that is Guyanese born and grown that will help you take care of your precious eyes.
Who knows if they actually need the roads that are being built.
Energy drink rolling out the Turbo Hot Summer Wheels promotion. Win a brand new 2023 Honda HR-V plus over $3 million in weekly cash and prizes. Just grab any bottle of Turbo Energy drink, Buster or Classic, and locate the 8-digit code on the bottle. Then visit Turbo IG and Facebook at Turbo_Caribbean. For more details, conditions apply.
Traveling soon? Then come into John Lewis Styles on Waterloo Street and let's help you choose the right set of luggage. You can choose to buy 3-piece luggage sets, or separate pieces, but the sets are always a better deal. Either available in soft poly, or ABS hard side material, with 4-wheeled spinners, and in many colors too. Also available are carry-on luggage, computer bags, duffel bags, backpacks, travel pillows, blankets and lots more to make your trip enjoyable. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
American-made Generac pressure washers from Sylvie's Variety Store gives you the power you need to blast away dirt and grime. Providing the perfect cleaning power for any tough jobs around the house or business. From 2,500 to 4,000 PSI. So get the Generac pressure washer today with all the parts and accessories available from Sylvie's Variety Store.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. Guyana has joined India and 18 other countries to launch the Global Biofuels Alliance, or GBA. The move comes as New Delhi's bid to bolster biofuels as low-carbon pathway receives backing from within and beyond the G20 group of countries. A press release from the Guyanese High Commission in India says that on the sidelines of the Energy Transition's ministerial meeting, a standalone event on consultations and recommendations for the GBA was organized on July 22 in Goa, India. The release adds that 19 countries signaled their interest in being the initiating members of the alliance, with 15 countries and 9 international organizations attending the event. Among the many countries that welcomed the initiative were India, Argentina, Bangladesh, Brazil, Canada, Guyana, Italy, Kenya, Mauritius, Paraguay, Seychelles, the United States, the United Arab Emirates, and Uganda. The GBA has also been welcomed by international organizations such as the BioFuture Platform, the International Civil Aviation Organization, the International Energy Agency, the International Energy Forum, the International Renewable Energy Agency, the World Bank, the World Biogas Association, and the World Economic Forum. We now tell you that the Court of Appeal today upheld the High Court's decision to annul the appointments of Vikash Ramkissoon and Sarah Brown as parliamentary secretaries. It has been noted that while there are merits to the appellant's arguments, the High Court was correct to follow the precedent set by the late former Chief Justice Ian Chang. More in this Gerald Bryan report.
In 2020, Opposition Chief Whip Christopher Jones challenged the appointments of Vikash Ramkissoon and Sarah Brown as parliamentary secretaries to the Amerindian Affairs and Agriculture Ministries, respectively. Jones argued that Brown and Ramkissoon cannot be non-elected parliamentarians since the pair were PPPC candidates in the 2020 general and regional elections. His case was first upheld by Acting Chief Justice Roxanne George in 2021, and on Tuesday, Court of Appeal Judge Don Gregory affirmed George's ruling. According to Gregory, the Chief Justice acted in law and the principle of stare decisis by following the precedent set in Attorney General v. Morion. AG v. Morion is a case that saw late former Chief Justice Ian Chang overturning the appointments of APNU technocrat ministers Keith Scott and Winston Felix in 2016. Both had been on the APNU AFC list of candidates for the 2015 elections, and thus Chang had ruled that they were unlawfully occupying their seats. Justice George acknowledged there were merits in the appeal, which was filed by Attorney General Anil Nandlal. However, she ultimately ruled that the appointment of the parliamentary secretaries was unlawful and awarded costs. Gerald Bryan, The Evening News.
U.S. Army General Laura Richardson, commander of U.S. Southern Command, U.S. Southcom, has returned to Guyana to meet with the Guyana Defense Force, U.S. Embassy, and Caribbean Community CARICOM leaders to discuss the U.S. defense partnership with Guyana and CARICOM partners. Lawanda McAllister tells us more.
U.S. Army General Laura Richardson will be in Guyana from Tuesday to Thursday. Her visit coincides with Guyana hosting Tradewinds 2023, a multinational exercise that aims to enhance regional security, strengthening partnerships among participating defense and public security forces. During her stay, General Richardson will meet with key officials, observe Tradewinds events, and participate in the exercise's closing ceremony. The U.S. and Guyana share a long-standing security partnership focused on various areas, including disaster preparedness, humanitarian assistance, maritime security, human rights, professional development, gender inclusivity in peace and defense missions, and countering transnational criminal organizations. This year, some 1,500 security force personnel from 20 nations participated in Exercise Tradewinds 2023, where they underwent comprehensive training. Since its establishment in 1984, the Tradewinds exercise, organized by the U.S. Southern Command, has symbolized unity and collaboration in the face of security challenges. Meanwhile, General Richardson visited Guyana last year, where she met with President Dr. Irfan Ali and key government representatives, along with defense leaders, to have several discussions. During that time, she received a painting titled In Flight, featuring a harpy eagle over Kaicher Falls from a local artist named Delon Craig. Reporting for the Evening News, Lawanda McAllister.
The Health Ministry will soon begin dengue serotyping to determine the variants circulating locally as cases of the infection increase. Find out more in this Pooja Rambaran report.
I am happy that in all 10 regions of Guyana, rapid testing for dengue is now available so that our dengue intelligence will improve. I am encouraged by the fact that by Friday of this week, we will be able to begin stereotyping the dengue cases in Guyana.
That was Dr. Leslie Ramsamy, advisor to the health minister, speaking at an event on Monday. There are 4 serotypes of dengue viruses, designated as Dengue1, Dengue2, Dengue3, and Dengue4. The serotyping exercise and assessments that follow aim to give an idea of the existing gaps within the core capacity.
We in this region have not built a comprehensive capacity to have intelligence and to detect and to respond. The time has come for a strong IHR capacity.
Dengue is a viral infection that spreads from mosquitoes to people. Most people who get dengue will not have symptoms, according to the World Health Organization, but for those who do, the most common symptoms are high fever, headaches, body aches, nausea, and rashes. The symptoms may even progress to death. Dr. Ramsamy explained that dengue has existed in the region for some time now.
This region has seen a phenomenal rise in dengue in recent times. Globally, dengue from 2000 to now has increased by more than 1,000%. From around 500,000 recorded cases annually to now more than 5 million.
This number will only increase, Dr. Ramsamy stated. The Americas are projected to have their highest number of reported dengue cases this year. Individuals are advised to avoid stagnant water and destroy breeding places for mosquitoes. Daily surveillance has also increased, and some 15,000 test kits were delivered across the regions, while new guidelines on treatment and prevention have been updated. Pooja Rambran for the Evening News.
Chenapao, an Amerindian village in Region 8, is advancing its development by utilizing funds by the Amerindian Affairs Ministry through the Presidential Grants Program and the Economic Investment Fund. Here is Pooja Rambran again with this story.
Amerindian Affairs Minister Pauline Sukai recently inspected some of the projects being undertaken by the Chenapao Village Council and expressed satisfaction with the pace of work. Among the projects are a village guest house that is being constructed with funds from the annual presidential grant, along with an information and communications technology hub.
The Internet Hub had funds come from the Economic Investment Fund provided in 2021 to the village, where villages were expected to use a maximum of $2 million to construct a building. And so that building is already completed and awaiting the sector that deals with outfitting it with their laptops and their source of power.
Meanwhile, the guest house is currently in the furnishing stage and expected to be completed within 6 weeks. Deputy Tushao Derek Williams expressed appreciation to the government for creating economic independence through these various projects.
For this banner particularly, we're going to be benefiting in ways like accommodating guests. It could be tourists, it could be passers-by, it could be government officials.
Meanwhile, Minister Sakai went on to remark on the village's tourism potential.
I'm very pleased that the village has been able to complete these 2 projects. The benefits. Chenapao would like to venture into the tourism and hospitality sector. They are in a very unique position. The flight from Madia to Chenapao is less than 20 minutes. From Georgetown to Chenapao, it's about an hour and 10 minutes. And so visitors can come. They have a rich culture here. I think Chenapao is moving apace, and they've showed their willingness to advance their village and to ensure that they enter into sustainable sectors too.
Pooja Rambran for the Evening News.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge is closed until Thursday, July 27th at 23 hours 59. Meanwhile, the BERBICE River Bridge is scheduled to be closed on Wednesday, July 26th at 9 hours 30 for a period of 1.5 hours.
Fans rush the box office as CPL tickets go on sale, and Hetmeyer rejoins Windies for CG United ODI series. Details of these stories in the Sportcast, sponsored by MacCorp, coming up on the other side of the break.
Place your bets during the matches and win up to $3 million per coupon with live betting. Check out all the different matches and bet types at www.superbet.gy. Superbet, your best bet. Must be 18 years and older. Terms and conditions apply.
Turbo Energy Drink rolling out the Turbo Hot Summer Week promotion. Win a brand new 2023 Honda HR-V plus over $3 million in weekly cash and prizes. Just grab any bottle of Turbo Energy Drink, Buster or Classic, and locate the 8-digit code on the bottle. Then visit Turbo IG and Facebook at Turbo_Caribbean for more details. Conditions apply.
Look out! The Oreos belong to us.
No, they belong to whoever finds them first.
Get your Oreo Transformers Limited Edition and awaken the beast.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.